Let's see the next concept of this chapter, that is organisms and environment, under heading this is ecology. Ecology we have discussed in the very beginning of the chapter itself, as it consists of environment. Environment is nothing but neighborhood, and it has both organisms as well as abiotic components, that is atmosphere surrounding the organisms. So the ecology is the study of relationship between organisms and its surroundings and their surroundings. Ecology is the study that deals with the relationship between organisms and their surrounding, organism and its surrounding. That is ecology. The study of interaction, that is relation among the organisms and their environment. And the ecology is concerned with the following 4 levels of biological organization. One is the organism level, that is individual level, and population level. Organisms together they form a population. And then community level, different populations they constitute a community. And the last level is a biome level, all the communities they form a biome. That is individual organism means individual level, individuals constitute a population, different populations constitute a community, and communities together they finally constitute a larger structure, that is the biome. In ecology will be dealt in under these 4 levels. Now just we focus on the first 2 levels, that is organism level and population level. Population is nothing but a group of organisms or a group of individuals that belong to the same species live in an area. That is called population. Population is group of individuals or group of organisms that belong to the same species that live in an area, in a specific unit of area, that is known as population. Individual ante manaki telisinde. And the adaptation, they adapt to the changing environment, they adapt to the surroundings. And then the process, why they adapt to the surroundings? Because the surrounding effect, the environmental effect will be there on the organism to survive in that environment, to tolerate those situations, to tackle with those situations. These organisms will modify themselves, will adapt themselves to the surrounding environment. Why? Because of their food, because of for their reproduction, and all these things, for their survival, for their reproduction, they adapt themselves to the surrounding environment. Such an aspect of ecology is known as physiological ecology. Physiology deals with the metabolism and processes like photosynthesis and flowering, it is reproduction, flowering, photosynthesis, respiration, nitrogen metabolism, all these things will be dealt in physiology. Metabolic activities and the processes of the organism, these are discussed in detail under the concept of physiology. And the ecology that deals with this kind of changes that occur with relation to the environment, that is dealt in the physiological ecology. Physiological ecology is nothing but the ecology that dealt with the modification, adaptation of the organisms to the surrounding environment. What are the bodily changes that occur, that take place in the individuals because of the environmental changes? That is known as physiological ecology. And the seasonal variations like temperature and precipitation, that is rainfall, including rain, snow and sleet, are responsible for the formation of major biomes like rainforest. Like in our country, it is a tropical country. In our country we have seasons, different seasons like rainy season, summer and winter. In polar regions, most of the time snowfall occurs. Temperatures fall below 0 degrees centigrade. That means temperature change is there, drastic change in the temperature. And towards, if we move towards the equator, temperatures rises. Temperatures rise towards the equator. That means there is a sharp difference in the temperature depending on the region. And this change in temperature, this temperature has impact on organisms. And even the precipitation also. Precipitation in our countries, rainfall occurs. In our countries only, different regions like Kashmir, those regions we have, like Simla, Himachal Pradesh, in those regions we feel snowfall and even sleet. These are responsible for the formation of major biomes. Major biomes are nothing but, biome is a big term, it is a large domain, big ecosystem which accommodate more individuals, a variety of individuals, variety of plants, variety of animals, variety of insects, a variety of birds, and they hold together and they live together in a large area that is known as a biome. Ecosystem ante like manam forest ecosystem annamu, టెరెస్ట్రియల్ ఈకోసిస్టమ్ అన్నాము, గ్రాస్లాండ్ ఈకోసిస్టమ్ అన్నాము. ఇంకో ఈకోసిస్టంలోనే పెద్ద ఈకోసిస్టమ్ ఏది అంటే బయోమ్ లెవెల్లో ఉండేది. ఎంటైర్ గ్లోబ్ ఈజ్ అ మేజర్ బయోమ్ అండ్ వీ categorize, we differentiate the biomes into separate different, we classify entire globe into different biomes depending on the temperature and rainfall. In polar regions, in tundra regions, it represents the cold biome, and in tropical regions and in equator regions near equator, they represent the hot biomes. They are cooler and here they are hotter than the other, like rainforest, deciduous forest, evergreen forest. Rainforests are evergreen forests. Deciduous forests are not evergreen, they shed their leaves seasonally. And deserts are dry biomes. Dry biome is a large area that represents different ecosystems. Desert is a dry biome where organisms live, very few number of organisms live there. Even tundras are polar regions and sea coast, etc. These are the various major biomes of the ecosystems or major biomes of the globe. The local variations, that is physical or chemical changes that occur in the each biome, further differentiate various habitats, that is the place where the organisms live. And polar regions, high mountain tops, rain soaked forests like Meghalaya, and Rajasthan deserts. Deserts are very very dry. In Meghalaya region, most of the time rainfall occurs. That situation represents the wet biome, and it is in Rajasthan deserts it is a dry biome. And oceanic trenches where and even hot springs, they represent different kinds of biomes. Depending on the land, depending on the habitat, there are various biomes. various ecosystems, various biomes. Biome is a large area with different ecosystems, and for example, in polar regions, animals like polar bears, rhododendron plants are present, and in high mountain tops also the animal and even the plant flora and fauna, they are different from other biomes. And even rain soaked forests, అంటే ఎక్కువ రెయిన్ఫాల్ ఉండే రీజియన్స్లో ఎక్కువ ప్లాంట్స్ ఫ్లరిష్ అవుతాయి, గ్రీన్గా ఉంటుంది, గ్రీనరీ ఉంటుంది. ఈవెన్ ఇన్సెక్ట్స్, యానిమల్స్ కూడా డిఫరెంట్ కైండ్స్ ఆఫ్ యానిమల్స్ ఉంటాయి. డెజర్ట్ ఏరియాస్లో డిఫరెంట్ కైండ్స్ ఆఫ్ స్నేక్స్, దే ఆర్ డిఫరెంట్ ఫ్రమ్ ద స్నేక్స్ ఆఫ్ నాన్ డ్రై ఏరియాస్. వెట్లో ఉండే స్నేక్స్ డిఫరెంట్గా ఉంటాయి, డెజర్ట్లో ఉండే స్నేక్స్ డిఫరెంట్గా ఉంటాయి. దే ఆర్ వెల్ అడాప్టెడ్ టు live, to survive in those situations. And oceanic trenches lo and deep oceans lo unde organisms different ga untayi. So all these things make their existence, survival, possible survival of these organisms. Each habitat comprises both of abiotic and biotic components. As I mentioned before, ecosystem consists of both abiotic and biotic components, and there is an interaction between these two. The minerals circulate between these two components of the ecosystem, and whenever and wherever they are, there must be a relation between biotic and abiotic components. In the next session, we'll definitely I'll show you some slides regarding various organisms that are present in different biomes. With this, I have finished my session, and goodbye.